Hi, and welcome back to the Senior Network. We're now joined by Becky Davis of the Cypress. Glad to see you again.
Thank you for having us.
And of course, Jay's with us still. Thank you for being here. Sure. We were talking about pets in the earlier segment. I know, Jay, you were with us. Becky, and you had mentioned in the break about the Cypress and some of the things with your pet therapy. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, pets are very important at the Cypress. We want to, we always say at the Cypress, we want folks, their lifestyle to continue. You're just changing your address when you move to the Cypress. And one of those things, one of the first questions I get when folks are looking at the Cypress, can I bring my dog, my cat, my bird? And we're like, absolutely, the more the merrier. And another question we get is, all right, well, I know I can bring my dog, but a lot of other communities say if my dog passes away, I can't get another one. We're like, absolutely not. You can get another dog as many as you want. We do have some restrictions when it comes to weight. Sure. We want them, if you have a dog over 30 pounds, we want you to look at apartments on the first floor or a freestanding home for obvious reasons in case of fire or something like that. You have to evacuate. But folks above the first floor, if the dog is under 30 pounds, of course a cat is perfectly wonderful, above the first floor. We even have folks in cottages that have electric fences. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
electric fence.
Yeah. Right.
So they have it with electric fence. And in some of our homes in the Bay Club even have a fence around their property in the backyard to accommodate some pets. We also have on campus, we have dog walkers through our home health care program. These folks who work for our home health care agency, they're just remarkable. Yeah. They do it all. So if it's walking a dog, shopping, lighthouse work, or helping with a meal preparation or medicines, and then
they're there.
Sticking in a dog walk in between, they're there for our folks. We also have a dog park, Central Bark.
Central Bark?
Central Bark.
I like that.
Very proud of that. I came up with that name. Central Park, and that's an opportunity because Hilton is very restrictive on pets.
Sure.
Walking, you've got to have on a leash at all times, and of course pick up after them. You do in our park as well. But it is an opportunity for dogs to be off their leash and play with their fellow neighbors' dogs. So, and it's a great time for our members to get to know one another as well.
Well, I can see animals are a big part of people's lives.
Oh my gosh, they immediately bring your
right.
blood pressure down, and
yes.
Yeah, and Greg was mentioning off camera, and we were talking about it, is now in South Carolina you can leave a pet trust. We just have only had that for about the last 10 years. And so if you have a pet and you want to make sure that pet goes to the right home, make sure that's in your will, make sure that's covered, or that you leave a pet trust so that pet and the resources necessary for caring for that pet are available.
Yeah, it's so funny, and you don't think about that.
Right.
I mean, you think, oh, my son, my daughter, my sister's going to take my dog, my cat. Well, not so much. Exactly. And in fact, I just recently found a home for a pet, a 13-year-old dog. This owner passed away, and the kids were like, we can't take this dog.
Oh, sure.
And we found we resourced out and somebody knew somebody who knew somebody. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But you're right. You can never count on a neighbor or whatever taking a pet. You've got to be prepared for that.
Yeah, people frequently assume my children will take it or whatever,
and
but
the
that
cost.
doesn't happen. Sure.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, so if you leave a pet trust and you leave resources there to take care of the pet, somebody that may not have taken it otherwise may take it and care for it because you left the resources to take care of it.
Exactly.
Sure.
So in the trust, do you designate a person that's going to actually?
You do designate a trustee of the trust, and they would have ownership of the. What's that?
Do you tell them ahead of time?
Well, and that's the other thing. Something you mentioned
way.
is if somebody doesn't want to take that position, they don't have to.
Right.
But the nice part is you can list someone to be the backup.
Okay, cool.
So there can be a successor trustee, and if your daughter doesn't want the pet, well, maybe your son's next in line, or maybe a friend is next in line, and whoever says, I don't want the pet, it just moves down the line until it ends up in the best possible scenario that you want.
That's wonderful.
There's always going to be somebody that's definitely going to want the pet.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Very interesting. Now, the Cypress, you mentioned the therapy part, though. What is
Yes.
that? Okay.
All right, well, we do have therapy pets in the Preston Health Center. And when I say that, we have our own in-house dog, Diamond,
Okay.
who kind of runs the Preston Health Center with the nurses. But also outside agencies come in with pets as well. And it could be Hospice of the Low Country, or other volunteers bring in their therapy dogs. I guess you just get your dog licensed therapy, and
Sure.
you're allowed to bring the dog in. Also, our members, if they go to the health center, they can bring their dog with them to the health center, or their cat. We have a few cats in our health center as well.
And that's actually in the skilled nursing unit?
I'm sorry, in the Preston Health Center is a skilled
Wow, I
section.
didn't know that. Okay, very interesting.
And moreover, during we have Noah's Ark, so if we have to evacuate for a hurricane evacuation or whatever, we can evacuate all the pets as well. And we did that for Hurricane Matthew. We evacuated to Charlotte and evacuated 55 pets.
Wow.
And dogs and cats.
That brings up a good question about how many residents do you folks have there in the Cypress?
In living independently, about 450 to 460
Wow, okay.
members. And then the health center, we have 51 skilled beds, working towards 62 right now, adding additional beds.
Now, the skilled unit, does the residents have priority getting into the skilled nursing if they need that for coming out of the hospital for a short stay?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they're there. That's why they've
Sure.
moved to the Cypress, is to have that priority. And moreover, we give them the benefit of 90 prepaid days of nursing care,
Right.
in addition to a 40% discount. So, and that's all built into their monthly fees.
So it's that continuum of care.
It
exactly.
continues on, right,
Yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
as they age in place.
Well, hold that thought. We're going to need to take a break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.